Okay. So the last episode we went over some topics of like acting and techniques and the other Earth and the Wally Mammoth, as I say, and kind of got to introducing ourselves and stuff like that. I just want to kick this one off with like, why don't we just jump into like John Wick, man? How do you feel about John Wick? Keanu Reeves, man. Shout out to Keanu Reeves.
Baddest motherfucker ever.
Keanu's dope. Like
He is
Was
gorgeous.
it maybe then Riddick in the Chronicles of Riddick? He was a bad motherfucker too.
Yes.
But John Wick is a bad motherfucker.
Yes, he is not to
Yeah.
be messed with, man. He's not. Like, just leave the man alone.
Yeah.
Like, every time he just wants to chill, like, they just come by and mess his shit up, man.
Oh, I wish we could. I wish we had the ability to play clips right now.
Just-
Just like that one about the dog. You know, he
Yeah,
stole his
like-
car,
it's the symbolism.
killed his dog.
It's just
Like-
the symbolism of John Wick is just a man just wants to be left
He's-
the hell alone.
Yeah, that's like literally all it is today. Like, you just want to be left alone.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Like,
Every
not-
time I lay my head down, y'all come over here fucking with me.
Yeah. Like, literally. Like, he retired. Like, he literally lost his
Yeah.
wife, got a puppy, man. And, like, I don't want to give too much away.
Oh, yeah,
If
in
anybody
case-
hasn't seen
yeah.
John Wick.
yeah. Spoiler
I mean,
alert.
it's been
from,
so long, but
2015 or something.
but if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's gonna make you like feel like you can like take over. I don't even know. Like, it's gonna make you feel badass as you watch it. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know. Like, his wife died. She gave him a puppy. Then these guys, like, they see him. Some Joe Jerkoff, whatever his name is, saw him in his Mustang, and he's like, "Oh, everything got a price." And then shows up at his house and
Yeah, let me just fuck with this guy.
Right,
You know, see at
ruin
a
his
gas
fucking
station.
life.
Yeah, it's just like, let me go fuck with you.
right, like, because he didn't want to sell his car. Obviously, it's a nice ass car. He obviously doesn't want to sell the
Right,
car. Like,
yeah.
walk
It's
away,
like, why do you
man.
think I have this car?
You douche.
Leave
Yeah.
me
They were
alone.
They were Russian too, right?
Yeah.
They were like Russian or something, like Far Eastern.
I thought there was hope though, and the guy was like, "All right, have a good day." I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, maybe is just a douche," and this guy's like, "Cool." And then boom, they show up at his house. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
My car.
They're like, "This is the boogeyman's boogeyman." Like, you
Yeah,
know,
right. Yeah.
Like,
He's like, they call him the boogeyman.
he hides under the bed of the boogeyman. I was like, man.
What's happening over there, love?
We good?
Yeah, I had to get the camera, the other one.
It's-
Oh, you're good.
It's glitching again,
No, it's fine
but it was glitching.
now. Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Just don't know why that's happening. Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, but yeah, it was like when he calls the guys like, because what's that guy? What's that actor's name? He's great. The guy that plays the chop shop.
that's John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
dude,
out
I
to John
love that
Leguizamo,
guy.
yeah.
Oh, everything
Yeah.
he's in.
He's
Yeah.
just awesome. He's like, whose car? No, you took John
Yeah,
Wick's
where'd you get this
yeah,
fucking car?
Yeah. Like, where'd you get this fucking car? He's just going off on them. And
Yeah.
they're like, why? Why
I
does it
stole
matter? Some asshole
You
car.
stole this fucking car?
You know whose fucking car
Yeah.
this
Do you
is?
know who owns this car? You killed his dog. And then he calls his dad. He calls his dad is like a bad Russian motherfucker. Another great actor whose name I,
forget
can't
his
recall.
name
Yeah.
too. Yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah. Oh, he's great too. Yeah. And he's like, well, I heard you punched out my son, like, because it's like a death sentence,
Right.
And he's like, do you have it? Like, why did you do that? He's like, because he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog.
And
Yeah.
that's
He
all
just
I had-
hangs
yeah,
up
that
the
was it.
phone. Yeah.
Like, basically,
Like,
that's it.
You said enough.
And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
let me reiterate real quick. Maybe a punch wasn't too much to my son, Maybe you should have just killed him.
You should have
to
just
make it
killed him and
easier.
saved him the
Yeah.
grueling death that's coming. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Once John Wick broke that concrete with the sledgehammer, I knew all was over,
Yeah.
man. I was like, wow, this guy's about to just rain hell on everybody. It's
There,
crazy.
there were so many like really intense moments in that were just fucking great moments. Just, those just talking about what a badass John Wick is. Like the whole movie is just people talking about like how fucked you are because you just
Like,
pissed off John Wick.
Could have been anybody else.
It's
Once
like-
again, leave him the fuck alone.
It's the truth though, man. Like, but not just John Wick, but they're coming out in a new chapter, and I think it's cool how he takes it serious. You know, like Keanu Reeves actually does the training. I don't know if everybody knew that.
Yeah, have you seen those videos of him on the gun range and
Yeah,
stuff,
like-
dude? He is
but
crazy.
He's just, I don't know, man. And then he just like rides the subway in New York City because he knows nobody's gonna. Fuck
Yeah,
with
nobody's
him.
gonna fight. He's literally John Wick now.
Like he is.
Yeah.
Like there's no denying. Like he literally did the training. Like,
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was in the Matrix and all. Like this guy can clearly fight. Like
Yeah,
so
for sure.
he-
I wouldn't fuck with Keanu Reeves.
Nah, me neither. I'll leave him alone. His whole food bags
Yeah.
and just like leave him alone.
Yeah.
He's, you know.
And he started off as like a beach bum, you know, like everybody did. It was like a bum, you know. It was just, and he became like the action hero.
He
An
was in
unlikely one too, because he's not like a intimidating looking guy.
Nah.
He's kind of like Johnny Depp or something. It's like
It's like an average Joe would
Yeah.
look. Like, you know, he just looks like a boyfriend or
Yeah.
a husband or something. Like you wouldn't think of him in that realm until he's
No.
in it. And when he's
No.
in it, you're like, you wouldn't see nobody else, you know?
no, it's like I can't imagine him in like another
Man.
rom com or something like that.
No.
Like just like
No.
he's John Wick.
That's
He's
it.
you know he's you know the Matrix and
It's like Liam Neeson, dude. If you think of
Oh,
Liam
yeah.
Neeson. Like before he was doing all them like husband roles and stuff.
Mm,
Once he got taken,
yeah.
forget about
Oh,
it.
what another one. That's
Like-
an iconic one.
It was
I still
over.
haven't watched it.
You haven't
You still
watched that
watch
yet?
Taken?
Oh, it's worth watching.
I have a
It's
very
good one.
particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for men like you.
It's great.
I will
And
find
there's two
you.
of them now,
listen,
right?
I will kill you.
I
I
don't
will,
deny it.
ki- I will
I've got
find you and I will kill you.
I'm
Good
weird.
luck.
Once a lot of people are like, that movie's amazing, I'm kind of like, I don't want to watch it so much now.
You need, I just think so.
I don't
man.
know. I don't know
If
why
you like
I'm
John
like that.
Wick,
I
you would
just
like
am.
Taken, right?
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like if there's a hit coming out, if there's like something that everybody's talking about, I mean, I do want to watch it eventually, but like while everybody's watching
Yeah,
it, I don't.
I don't care.
Like most of the movies, like right now, it's like I haven't seen them yet. I'm like going to the theater to see them. I'm not talking about them.
I make
And,
plans,
like
but I
6
never
months
see
from
them.
now, when nobody fucking cares and wants to talk about it anymore, I'll suddenly watch it and then get real excited and want to talk to people about it.
Oh, it might. It could take me years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it's just like we plan it in our heads, but like then so much adulting happens that we just don't get around to it.
Yeah.
Or like we're working on our own projects. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like we did Sins of the Father.
Yep.
And God.
Sins of the Father. Yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, Sins of the Father .movie, we've got that up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go
make sure y'all
check it
check
out.
out. It is actually a pretty good little piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Written
out.
in one night
Yeah.
too. One
You wrote
night.
that in a night?
One night. One
Yeah.
evening. One evening.
I never knew that, Clay. That
Yeah,
is-
one
that is
night. You
beautiful.
know, there wasn't a whole lot there. I mean, you know, I do write fast, but it just flowed out.
Oh, I know. I see you,
You know?
revised the script that I sent you.
yeah,
Like
yeah. If you've ever
seconds.
been
I
on
was
like an IM with me and seen my 6th paragraph, like,
I was like, did he even like? I thought he like spoke.
Actually, yeah.
spoke
Now
to
that,
her.
now
I
that
was
I
like,
think about it, yes,
I was
because you almost wrote half that
Yeah.
short that we've
Yeah.
been talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah, like,
while
you
we
know.
were on the phone talking about it.
Sins is just like so like the dialogue. It's dialogue heavy,
yes.
and it was definitely the first dialogue heavy piece I ever took on. to
Was
tell
it
you the truth.
really?
Yeah, I never had nothing. I always wanted something dialogue heavy because like you know Tarantino, he does dialogue heavy things, and it was one of the directors I grew up watching, and I was like, man, when I saw what you gave me, I was like, this is crazy. Like I have to learn this, and I gotta like you know get it. And I remember I was like, I went to work the one day, and I was just scrolling my phone on Facebook, and I saw the ad, and it's like the guy looks kind of Italian, and you like had like an age range. I was like, oh okay, reach out, see what happens. You know, I always you know wanted to play in a mob movie or whatever. I got the response. and
Dude,
I
you
was-
killed that audition, and now when I go back and watch it, I'm like, because I've seen like your full performance, you know. But I remember because we were I was getting nervous, you know. I was just like, I wrote all this, and I'm gonna have to settle, you know, for somebody
Right.
that really can't pull it off. And like, I mean, I got dozens of people submitting, and a lot of cool people that are good. That just couldn't. For one, it sounded like they were memorizing lines, you know,
uh-huh.
and I realize it's an audition. You're getting aside, and most people don't bother to memorize something like that. But I felt like you did. I don't know. Did you memorize that, or did you have a script in front of you?
I memorized.
You
it.
memorized it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I memorized.
Yeah,
all
that was a lot
yeah.
of dialogue too.
I like studied it like when I was going to sleep. I had the script in my hand. Like I wanted it. Like,
Yeah.
that's a part I wanted.
I
So,
think you would have realized if he'd have like had the script in front of him and tried to read that.
Yeah,
Just,
I mean that's
like,
what most of
I haven't
them
seen
did.
the audition, but you know, seeing the film itself.
Wish I could drop it in.
audition side by side.
Drop a little clip of the original,
And
and
the
then drop
audition.
a clip of the actual performance.
Right.
that'd be great.
Yeah. No, I would. Yeah, dude, he fucking nailed it. You remember that, Jaslyn? That was just like I got it, and as soon as I got it, I went and showed Andrea and the team and Jaslyn, and was just like, dude, this is it. I've got it. Andrea's like, oh, I'm not sure, but I was sold. I
That's
was like,
awesome.
this is it.
Yeah, I've been waiting to
And
play a role like that, man.
yeah, well, that it was inspired. You said Quentin Tarantino. Definitely a Reservoir Dogs thing there. How can we do one scene, a warehouse? Because this was for something called the 12 Films Project that Herschel Zond and these are local Louisville folks. Herschel Zond and Andrea all started 12 Films Project. The goal was to do basically 12 films in a year, once a month, with like a little group of filmmakers, basically for free. And so there's no budget, there's no way to do it. And I love mob stuff. And I had recently been listening to the Michael Franchese podcast that was
Love it.
kind of blowing up at the time.
Love it.
And I was like, okay, so I got to figure out how to like tell a story. And, I don't have money, so let's put it in one scene. Let's do Reservoir Dogs basically on that end. And then my other favorite, and he's talking about dialogue, and I do like Tarantino, but the Coen brothers, the way they write words, just it's
like poetry,
dude. I love it.
It is the
I
Coen
love
brothers.
It. I can't get enough of it. Like True Grit. Have y'all ever seen True Grit?
Yeah, True Grit.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Gracious. And Fargo, of course. Yeah, watch True Grit.
Good.
Fargo, with the Northerners and all that stuff. Like they wrote it as though they knew these people.
It's crazy how he can write it. And it's like all these different characters take place and they all have different personalities. They're not just like one Wade.
Yeah.
Like, if you write like a character from a foreign country and you make them all, like if it's from Russia and you just make everybody that same stereotypical Russian,
drinks vodka and
no, like he gives them all their own personalities within this,
And he understands the cultural nuances, like
Ebonics and all that, like their slang.
All of their the whole thing, dude. I love that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
And so it was just kind of that was, you were talking about on the last one, method acting. I think I do method writing.
Yeah,
because I sit down with a basic idea, and it's not really fully developed, and then I just start and it just comes. And
what do you tell yourself
discovering it
when you're writing? Like, do you I know a lot of people like.
He goes
rate
into
themselves.
like a
They're like, oh, I've even heard people say like, oh, you're a terrible writer. You're this. Like they'll down themselves, and then you have people that are like, oh, we'll get through this. Like the last one was extremely easy. Like just gotta get a little hard, something like I don't know. What's your?
I'm a writer that hates writing. I fucking hate writing, and I think it's more of like it's just like any kind of responsibility. I just don't like responsibility. So it's like at the end of the day, like it's just like the hardest part for me is just sitting down and starting on the blank page. And usually like the first page in, like either it's flowing and like I'm discovering characters, because once characters are going, because as a kid I dream a lot, so I have dreams. And as a kid, I was constantly like in fantasy land. So like once I kind of like have a fantasy like cast and crew,
you just start singing.
They all have a mind of their own at that point, and I'm just kind of like grabbing it out and putting it on page. And there's a little revision that goes in afterwards, because sometimes it just goes somewhere that doesn't fit the plot or a story arc. But yeah, I mean that's basically.
Do you follow the 3-act rule?
No.
Or do you do a 4-act?
No, I'm aware of it. I keep, then that's where I say, I typically come back and revise.
Right.
Sometimes I have to cut some stuff, to give it a solid middle, beginning and end.
Right.
But no, I don't write according to any like method of like.
So that's what you mean when you say you're a method writer, because you don't follow.
Yeah.
There's no guideline to you.
I become the characters.
You march your own drum.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I'm observing them talk.
That's
like I'm hearing them.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it and I'm hearing it in my head, and I'm just transcribing as it happens.
That's beautiful.
And when it happens, it happens. And I can't force it. And then when it doesn't happen,
right,
I don't have a way to turn it on. So if I can't get it, I have to turn it off and just go do something else. Like I'm not writing a story tonight.
It's like Tarantino. Did you hear his process of what he does?
No.
So basically he'll literally just write. Like he'll just go on. He'll have these like moments where he just writes for like 3 hours straight. Just writing.
Right.
And then
like
he'll
manically.
go, Once he gets to a certain point and he's feeling like he's done so much, he goes and does something. He'll go meditate, or he'll go listen to music, or he'll go dip in the pool, and then he'll come back and he'll write some more, and he just goes back into it, and he just, you know, just going through pages and pages, and then he'll do the same thing, and then he might even go, you know what, I'm gonna sleep on this. He'll sleep on it. He'll wake up and he'll ask a bunch of questions among himself, and then he'll go back in. And I'm like, man, that's his process.
I can see that. Yeah, and you know,
But it's kind of like what you were saying, how you like do some things to kind of like take your mind off, and then you'll go back and kind of like,
yeah, I do sometimes get carried away, and then like I'll either burn out, and then I've like wasted a bunch of time, and now I'm not going to finish it. So it is important to take a break for me. And also sometimes, I don't know, I have this in general in life. Like if I write a song or record, especially if I'm recording and doing like sound and audio, and I sit in front of it too long, it all blends together. I don't even know if it sounds good. I'll come back tomorrow morning and listen, and I'm like, that sounds like
You hate
shit.
that, yeah.
Last night I was fucking, I thought I was about to, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So there is an element of that sometimes. Maybe that's what Quentin does. Maybe he's aware of that and does that, or
I just thought
has
it was
to
cool.
pace himself.
Yeah, I thought it was cool to
pace
hear that.
himself.
I do that on every song I write.
Do you?
Every single
Get all hyped
one.
up about it, be like
I'm
fucking
too.
just like, oh hell yeah, wake up the next day.
The song that I let you hear, like the little thing that I've been working on.
yeah.
I've been working on that for over a year.
Really? I've got a number of songs I've been working
I
on.
got to get
over a
back
year.
into my mode so I can finish,
Yeah.
everything else. And it's just sometimes the mode clicks, other times it don't.
Yeah. And what is it with you? Is it the sound, the audio quality, the audio engineering, or the actual music itself?
It's the energy.
The energy. Okay.
And
Keeping that headspace
and
for that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I gotta be locked in.
It's a vibe that you have to be in.
Yeah.
Right.
Just ready to sit in and just
Yeah,
go.
I can.
So
take that.
you're talking about writing music?
Writing, recording, like the entire process.
Okay.
Now we talked about the process of like writing films, but like the process of writing music.
Mhm.
Your process, I wonder if it's different than how I, when I write music, or if Clay writes music. I wonder if like all our processes are like different.
Well, what's
or
your process?
my process? I literally just write like as if like I'm writing a story. I don't write like my bars. Like I know some people space. I don't do that.
I didn't know
literally
how to
just-
count bars
Me neither.
until about a year and a
I
half.
couldn't
2 years.
even really tell you what a bar is.
I
I only know how to
can't
edit
either.
bars.
Yeah. like I could hear a bar and I
Yeah.
know it's a bar.
Yeah.
But when I'm writing, I just like it's like a run-on sentence. Like literally is how I write.
My producer, like,
Like just
shout
one.
out to Blaze, he would damn near cuss me out because he'd be like, all right, give me a 16-bar verse. And I'm like, send me
2
the beat.
pages.
Give me the
Math, the
beat.
calculator.
Give me the spot that you need me to fill in, and I'll fill that in.
That's me too.
Right.
Like I didn't
Yeah.
know. I really didn't know what a bar was
Yeah.
until like I got so deep into it.
And it sucks because like I came from like a musical background. Like I sang choir in West Louisville Boys Choir, I sang alto, and then I even played French horn in my middle school band and everything.
Mm.
So,
So
like,
I mean,
come from, like,
technically,
music.
a bar is what? It's
The
one
count.
count of the beat. So if it's
Yeah.
a 4-count beat, it's 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 1.
So it's like
two,
when
one,
somebody
three,
basically gives a
4, 2.
punchline,
Yeah.
that would kind of be considered a bar.
Right.
Or it depends on how long or short that punchline is too. Because it does matter.
So it's not always.
Because it
It's
could be a
not
double
always just the
entendre
count.
where it's
It's a
kind of
count.
like 2,
Oh, okay.
know,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So it all
1,
depends.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. So yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If somebody says, yeah, I need 16 bars. I mean, I could do it. I could go to my computer and type it out
But you got to fit it to the timing of that beat.
yeah, but
Right.
but like on the spot, it'd be like 16 bars. What the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah.
just give me the length that you
Right.
want, and like give me the instrumental, and
Let
I'll
me-
fill that
yeah.
space.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I want to follow that. That's my algorithm. Like I just want to. What space you need me at? What is mine? Like where's my block at?
So how do you go about, either one of you, like where do you, just like you asked me, like how do you get started? Like how do you find the motivation? Like what makes you, like, where do you start? Do you come up with an idea in your head, or hear a song, or do you make your beats, or what? Like what? Because you guys do hip hop.
Mine usually comes from like a random inspiration.
Mm.
Like somebody will piss me off or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll just be in that pissed off mood.
Right.
And then everything around me happens to a rhythm, no matter what it is. Everything with me is a rhythm.
So you're always flowing.
And something will start to and then I'll just be like, okay, and then I'll catch a rhythm and just start writing whatever. Or sometimes I don't even write it. I just start like saying it over and over again until I piece it together to where it sounds good.
So you'd say you usually start with the rhythm or melody before the lyrics?
Absolutely.
What about you?
Mine's it can start. I mean, any of which way. Like I
Okay.
feel like it can be whether it's like something I did, or even if I'm just like coming up with something in my head. More experiences of things I've been through. I feel like that's where my music comes from. But I feel like my writing, like and all that, like when I'm making this song, I feel like it most times I'll hear the beat and the beat will kind of give me the words I need. If that makes any sense. It kind of speaks.
Okay.
You kind
Well,
of
you,
hum
us-
it.
you usually hear a beat. So do you
Yeah.
make beats? Do you generate?
No,
your-
and that's what I mean. It's like it's not a beat
I
that's
don't-
like that
yeah, I
I'm,
don't
I've
make
put
beats.
together
It's
anywhere.
the- it's the
beat that
cadence.
only I can
Right.
hear.
And the feeling
Yeah,
of your
like-
emotions
I
and
already
rage
can
or
hear
whatever the emotion is.
Yeah,
I can hear the delivery already. I already know how it's gonna flow. I already know I can hear that just like in my head, and I just gotta find the words.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'll go on and like, for instance, the song that I sent you,
Right.
that the like just came from like one of those cross-faded nights where you just wake up in the middle of in the night and you're just like, hey,
I got
this has gotta
I gotta put something
I gotta
down.
do something to this.
Yeah.
Like this is in my head. What is this? And it was just but it was like raw,
Emotion.
yeah, like raw energy and emotion. And it was just like, this has to be this way or it can't be done.
I feel
And
that.
then next thing you know, I went and like just set up a program. Like I'm
Gotcha.
not an audio engineer at all. Like I can,
Okay.
I record. I know how to give a clean recording and shoot that to my producer.
Yeah, me too. I can do that too. I can engineer my own voice, but
But I went in there and just started
Yeah.
messing with some plugins on another program, just so I was like, I want it to sound like a certain way, and if I
Right.
can get it to sound this type of way, then when I do send it to my producer, he kind of has an idea of where I'm
Right.
going with this. And then next thing you know, I'm standing up at 3:00 in the morning in the middle of my bedroom going, fuck what you saying, cause there's no more Mr. Nice Guy. I was hoping that you never left, but then you went right, chasing after demons and scheming, satisfy your appetite. And
There you
just
go.
going.
Hell yeah. Yeah, when you were talking about like this has to be made, it reminded me of like was it Leonardo da Vinci? It was like I see a piece of stone and there's something in it that I have to carve out. You know, talking about like carving statues and shit. You know, it's like he's like it's not that I'm carving, it's that this figure is in there and it must be revealed. So I
Mhm.
start chipping away the stone.
Yeah, you got to find it in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it
It's
is like that.
interesting.
Yeah. Like, you start with that blank canvas and you never really know what's gonna come, with the music. And you don't really like for me, I know I don't really search for anything and I don't want the end result. I don't even want to know what it is. You know what I mean? I kind of enjoy that whole
Yeah,
ride.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Love
what
that.
film especially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
so yeah. Would you say that it's a struggle? Like, is it fundamentally a struggle, or is it more of a evacuation or expression or release, a valve, or is it like
be-
writer's blocks?
It can be both.
It can be both.
It can be both. I feel like it's like a therapy, but it's also at times it can be a writer's block depending on what's going on. If that makes
Mhm.
any sense.
Right.
Like I
I've
feel
had
like
many times where I want to get exactly this
Mhm.
emotion out of my head and either in my phone or on the paper, depending on what I've got available to me. And there's just times it's like there's so much going on that I can't get it out.
I felt that. Yeah. And I like he said earlier, we're like a vibe.
Right.
I feel like with music, it's kind of different than film for me because like with film, I can just take a character and dive in, and just start doing things to dive in. But with music, it's expression. It's everything within you. Not saying that acting isn't, but I'm saying it's a whole nother expression form of art.
Yeah.
And I feel like you need to find
On film, you have to take a
inspiration
lot more of the
within a
people's-
vibe in order to create that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you're limited by math too.
Right.
So like you got a
True that.
Right.
specific beat and
Specific
like if it don't
words.
fit,
Yeah,
you got to
like-
figure out a way to make it
BPM
fit.
and-
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I feel
absolutely.
that for sure. Yeah. Shout out to all like artists, man.
Shout out to
Yeah.
the freestyle, like the
I was gonna ask
authentic
about that.
freestyle artists.
Yes.
So are
The ones
either
that-
of you freestylers?
If
I
I'm
am.
drunk as shit,
I'm a freestyler.
If you're drunk, dude,
Yeah.
I'm not a freestyler, but when I do, I'm drunk as
If
shit.
y'all put an instrumental on, or even without one, I can pretty much do it.
Really? So you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can't. I can't even
It's
pretend to.
sporadic with me.
Yeah.
Like if I'm drunk, I can kill you for 40 something bars,
Oh, if
or I might hold you for about 8 bars and then lose my.
Right.
If
Yeah.
I'm
Lose
drunk,
my
yeah,
tongue.
it's
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah, that whenever I see somebody like, and I don't, again, I don't know this, when they're really freestyling or not, but like when you see
can
like
tell.
on these, like Sway or something like that,
You can tell for
and they
sure.
have
can tell.
somebody fucking freestyling, I'm like, where are your balls coming from to do this?
Sure shot
Like,
way to
and
get.
potentially choke in front of millions of people.
If they wrote their freestyles, they'll say, "What I say."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because a freestyle,
What I say-
you don't ever say what I
Oh.
say. You just keep going.
because you didn't say
know?
nothing yet.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. That seems, it's freestyling is just
You
like,
say what I say. What did you say? Because that
Yeah,
means
what
that you
what
already
did I
wrote it
say?
down.
You
You
said
already
nothing.
done said it, so
You
it's
said
not
nothing.
a freestyle.
yeah.
Yeah. But if I'm going to freestyle though, preferably I like an instrumental playing. Like, like freestyling without an instrumental is
Yeah,
kind of like ugh.
Oh, I think every time I hear it, it's like they like throw
Absolutely.
spin a
Yeah.
beat. And then
Somebody
they
throws, somebody throws a beat on, forget
Yeah.
about it. Like I'll
Really?
get lost. Yeah.
Oh,
Unless
love it.
you're what you call it from Wild 'N Out.
Who?
Cut the.
Oh yeah. Oh, conceited. Yeah, conceited.
Hey, yo,
DJ
D-Rec. Hey, yo, D-Rec.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to conceited.
Shout out to
Wild 'N Out.
everybody on
Yeah.
Wild 'N Out for real.
Yeah, shout out.
Anybody that does in that industry, especially prolific artists, I'm just like, where do you? Because they have.
Yeah.
Especially in hip hop and rap, if you
Improv
take
in
country
general.
music, it's 4 or 5, paragraphs, and
Mhm.
that's the song. It's not that much to memorize, But when you take like like Tupac, Me Against the World, 2-disc album,
Yeah.
and each one of those songs is
Bars, like
pages of
16,
lyrics.
32, whatever.
Bars
yeah,
on bars on bars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and not just that, but
hard.
all the
Yeah.
production and
Pain and-
engineering of each one of those tracks. I know it takes an army to do it sometimes, but I mean, just a fucking amount of writing
Mhm.
and production that goes into it. And then not only do you have to film and produce or record and produce it, then you got to go on tour and fucking do it every.
People don't realize how like stressful and hard work being a creative actually is.
Yeah,
Oh, it's-
dude.
Extremely hard. And
It may not be as like hard physical labor as everybody thinks it is, but we still put our footwork in, but the mental strain and,
Yeah, it's
and
overwhelmingly
everything that you go
difficult.
through can equate to just as much physical work, in my opinion.
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah,
mental stress,
absolutely.
the overthinking, the sleepless nights, you stay
Criticizing
up.
yourself on
Yeah.
every little thing that you've done.
Yeah, you're your biggest critic. I know I am.
Mhm.
I like to be a perfectionist. I like to really perfect things, and that can somewhat stunt your
Yeah,
growth.
because when
sometimes.
is it perfect?
Yeah, like when
Yeah,
is it really
when is it
perfect?
really
Like
perfect?
you can keep polishing it, baby, but take it out for a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hard part
Yeah.
for me. And I'm a hobbyist musician, but I do record stuff, and I gestate on things, and I've only released a couple of things over all the years, and most of the rest is all sitting in files waiting to be perfect.
Right, that's me.
You
Dude, I
know?
got so many songs like just sitting there, just waiting.
When
to
do
be
you
perfect.
know? Like, when is it good enough to fucking go? Like,
Right.
when do you release it? Like, what is like?
I feel like the messed up part of it is though, is like if you die, people would just probably release your stuff and you won't even know
As
it.
is.
And you could have released it alive and just saw the reactions, and then they get
They'll
it
have
when
to
you're
get through my
dead.
encrypted hard drive first on my
But they get
password
it dead
protections.
and you're like,
Yeah.
a
If they break
stud,
in and
you
find
know?
all my songs, they're finding all my porn and stuff too. So it's like a lot of things are gonna get released.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I just feel
There
like
was terabytes.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of times we don't release stuff until we're dead, for real. Like, and that's just like
I don't plan to be that guy.
with the truth.
Yeah.
It's like even art doesn't really appreciate till the artist had died. Like actual art. People appreciate art, whatever, they'll like it, but when you die, they love it more because they can't get no more of it. So now your art is now appreciated.
So
you
we're
know?
gonna be with the
Yeah.
what's it,
And
Legend,
that's
Legend
like
of the
with
Dragon
anything,
with
it-
Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
His movie. That's gonna be amazing.
I haven't seen the trailer on it yet.
I haven't either. I don't even know what you're talking about.
The Jason David Frank.
Who's for all those listening?
Yeah, comment down
Who's,
below.
who's
I don't
Jason
know.
David Frank?
Alex knows more than I
Who is Jason David Frank?
Yeah.
Anyway, his movie.
do. No, but is that the one?
Is he a musician?
Is that the one where the dude like steals the art and he's locked in the William Dafoe?
Yeah.
That's who you're talking about. Okay. So,
So what?
all right, so
I got a computer in front of me.
William Dafoe is making a movie called, what is it? I forget what the name of the actual movie's called.
I can't think.
Was it Lock something? Something.
I just seen like a
Oh,
trailer.
Power Rangers. He's
no, William.
no Jason David Frank. Yeah.
No, but William Dafoe is the actor that's in it. He steals a piece of art from this penthouse and it locks. And now he's trapped inside. The art is very, very, very famous. Is that what you're talking about? Or no?
Sounds like a great story. If nobody else has it, let's make
I don't know
it.
about being trapped in no.
He's trapped in a penthouse. Like it's a movie.
Because he's trying to
coming
steal
out.
art and it's got like
Yeah.
a vault and some rich guy's fucking
House,
billionaire.
and literally
Yeah.
he can't get out now. Now he's like using the art to stay alive. Like it's vacuum sealed.
Wait, how's he staying alive on the art? Is he eating it?
I don't know, dude. Like he's literally in the movie by himself. Like William Dafoe. I don't know the
I
name.
think we got sidetracked.
Wasn't there like a Batman movie where like the Joker trapped him in like the safe and like drained all the oxygen out?
No,
and
this
shit?
is actually a movie
Oh.
coming out.
No,
Maybe one of the cartoon
It was like a
movies.
cartoon. But
Yeah,
like, he had him,
yeah.
like, trapped
I haven't
in, like,
seen
a
all
safe
of the
or something, like, and he
cartoons.
like sucked all
It's
the
kind of
oxygen
like
out the
that.
room.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like
No,
that's how the
no.
movie is.
I feel like I know what you're talking about. It might be like a
It's like a
older because
thriller.
that's certainly
Yeah.
not an original idea of getting locked in the room trying to steal something. But I
no,
have
Panic Room was like
yeah,
that kinda.
Panic Room. Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that one.
Wait, you saw that one?
yeah. So yeah,
It's a
that's
good movie.
I don't know.
We definitely got sidetracked though.
So yeah, Jason David Frank. Yeah, that's the Power Ranger
Yeah.
Jason, right? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, Legend of the Dragon is the movie that he was working on before he passed away.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I believe it's supposed to like fit somewhere into like the Power Ranger like universe somewhere. But
Legend of the White Dragon.
Legend of the White Dragon, that's what
Okay.
it is. Yes.
Was he the White Ranger?
Yes.
Okay.
And Green Ranger.
Green Ranger. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
And I think that that's going to do huge numbers, especially since his passing. And then
R.I.P.
I think they're even doing is it Netflix doing like the original cast, Mighty Morphin?
Yeah, I think they
Are
were
they?
trying to reboot
Yeah.
something like that. I'm not sure entirely who it was, but they were.
Trini, like the girl that played Trini,
Right.
or not Trini, Aisha.
The pink one.
Yeah, the Yellow Ranger Aisha.
Yellow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't
The black
big in
girl.
Power. Dude, I'll be honest with
Me
you.
neither.
I hated the fucking Power
I
Rangers.
did too.
But I was,
I did too. I wasn't a Power
Yeah,
Rangers
but dude,
guy.
all my friends, especially
wasn't.
like
No.
two grades behind me, everybody was
I
into
was-
it. Like
oh.
Pokemon too. Like I was right off the edge of like Pokemon.
I was
and
more into
okay.
like skateboarding
Dragon Ball
and
Z.
stuff like that.
You
I was,
know,
yeah, I was into
I was like right
skateboarding.
you
in
were
the
right
middle of
there.
all
Yeah,
that.
it was like I think I was like
I was
fourth
playing
grade.
like basketball and skateboard, and I just didn't really watch.
Yeah, yeah. But
TV.
dude, it was on all the time.
at
Power
that
Rangers.
time, like cartoons and stuff.
And I thought it was so fucking dumb. That was so fucking dumb.
We used to get in trouble, and I remember being in like 5th grade getting in trouble because like we'd be like supposed to be doing whatever art project we're supposed to be doing, making
And you're drawing Power Rangers?
play figures or whatever. But
I
we're,
used to draw Dragon
we're
Ball.
over here
though.
like showing off our Pokemon cards and shit.
Oh yeah. Dude,
I had a-
Pokemon
I had a
was-
deck of Pokemon.
nuts. They're still doing
Charizard.
it.
No,
They're still doing
I
it.
definitely had a deck of Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh
kids are
cards.
Did you have
into
them in your pocket with a rubber band?
sometimes.
'Cause that-
If I was going to school, I did for sure.
That's how I carry my Pokemon cards. Looking back,
used
it
to
was like I
sell 'em.
treated my cards like shit.
I used to trade them and sell
I
them.
invested in all the wrong. I got into Pogs. You know.
Pogs, yeah, remember Pogs?
Yeah. Oh, what a flop! I should have been buying Pokemon. I'd be rich. You know, they spend so much money on old Pokemon cards.
I had decks, man. And I don't
Dude,
even know
did
what
you?
happens on
Boxes
decks. Like,
Ugh, and I did
decks.
baseball cards. Ugh,
I
I didn't
used to-
even watch baseball.
I used to trade people for the best cards. They didn't even know they had good cards, and I knew it. I was
Oh,
like, let me get
that would be
those.
me that you were
was me.
fucking with.
I'm a
Yeah.
I'm
Because
a
I was
swindler.
like trading all my good cards.
I was a
They'd be like,
swindler.
"Oh yeah, man, I'll give you this. That's awesome." Da-da. They'd be like, "I'll give you 3 for your 1." I'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" And now I've got like nothing but
I
like
used to have the energy
boxes of
cards.
shitty
You
baseball
got 3
cards.
energy cards.
Yeah.
and like,
the energy cards, I used to tell the little kids in my neighborhood when I was really younger that they were like really rare. So like they would trade me whatever they wanted for.
Dude, that's what
Yeah.
I said. He would have got like 3
Oh.
energy cards and like
Oh,
I would have
yeah.
got a holographic
I would've got- you
Charizard
would
or
have given
something.
me some
Right?
sort of shit, and I would have been so happy. Oh, such a
I see little
sucker.
Clay like,
Oh.
oh, thank you.
I was
Like,
just trying
got
to be
it.
cool. Everybody was doing cards. I didn't understand. I watched baseball. I didn't watch Pokemon. I didn't know anything about any of
That's a
this.
card trick. That's a card trick
Oh.
right there. That's funny, man. Yeah.
But I could draw Power Rangers. You know, I didn't watch the show, but you know, me and my friend Brandon Brown, we would just sit there in class like 4th grade and draw Power Rangers and Batman.
It's badass.
and I got good at it, you know.
All
But
through
fuck
middle
that
school,
show.
we used to
I've
draw
seen
Dragon
some
Ball
of
Z
your art. I
Dragon
just-
Ball Z.
yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah, I remember Dragon Ball Z, man. I was
I'm
locked
still a
away in
big
a
Dragon
youth
Ball
detention
fan.
program, and there were a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans in the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was introduced to it.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about it, but you know, this one kid would be like, "Yo, go do this thing." You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, outside of like,
I
you
think it
know,
was Street Fighter.
molesting your sister to wind
Yeah,
up in this
Street Fighter.
institution. Oh, yeah, I
Street
missed out.
Fighter.
I missed all that shit.
You guys
dude.
watch Cobra Kai?
Yes.
I watched season one.
Yes.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it, man.
I rock
You
with
did?
Cobra Kai.
You liked it
Yeah,
too?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Did
Yeah.
y'all like the original like
Karate Kid?
Oh, yeah.
Kid?
Yeah, Ralph
Yeah.
Macchio. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was good, man. I don't know. I just think it's really cool that they're bringing it back out. They're renaming it, and you still can like.
And they're
love
bringing some of
Karate
the
Kid,
classics back.
you know. And just the cast alone, like I don't know. At first, I was like, it's a little cheesy, you know, blah blah blah. And then I started getting into it, and I was like, nah, this ain't cheesy. It's pretty decent.
Season 2 didn't
Mhm.
jump the shark. They're still going.
Oh, they got season 5, and now they're coming out with
Oh,
season
really?
6. Yeah,
Really? We're 6 seasons in. already?
yeah, dude, we're in. We're in
Jesus.
Yeah, I think they
quarters.
like dropped like 2 seasons in the first
How did
year.
we
so-
get old really fast? Before this podcast is over, I'll have gray hair. Jeez. 6 seasons already?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it got thick like really fast.
I'll do
I don't
some
want to
catching
give away
up
too
then.
much.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Karate Kid. I was more into the Three Ninjas era.
Oh,
Three
Three
Ninjas.
Ninjas. Dude, I love Three
When they bring that
Ninjas.
back,
Nobody
I'll
ever
definitely
remembers
get
Three
involved.
Ninjas.
Yeah, I love Three Ninjas.
But I remember watching. I guess that was like before my time. It was probably what was that? Like 80?
That was the late 80s.
Was it late 80s?
Or early
Karate Kid?
I
It
don't-
might have been. Might have been. I don't. You know.
I
in
think it
83.
might have been early. I don't know, man.
I don't
Could've been-
either.
I don't know.
Yeah. And
Somebody
then
just
who
comment
gives a
down
shit?
below.
We
when
didn't care
Karate
about
Kid
when
came
movies
out.
released
No.
back then.
No,
We
I was
just
born in
enjoyed
I
it.
was born in
1983.
93, dude.
So you were born
born
10
in
years after
93?
me.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
When Jurassic Park
When
you know,
when you were when
came
89.
about.
89? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was born when Jurassic Park came about.
Oh.
I was like in
Wow.
the movie theater, probably like
I remember when Jurassic
born in
Park
what
came
year?
out.
89.
89? Oh, you're like 4 years older than me. It's not that bad.
I got a little brother almost your age.
Yeah. I don't make me feel so beautiful and young.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just
Uh,
gave away my age. Guys, don't write it down.
Oh, don't worry. It's recorded permanently on
Right.
YouTube, so no one needs to just revisit. Come rewatch, like, and subscribe.
What was your social security number?
Slam that like button.
Slam that like button. Hit the bell.
Comment down below what kind of credit card you open in his name.
Yes, yeah, we'll put our
Yeah,
Patreons
comment your
up.
credit card numbers
I'll
down
just
below.
give you my bank account, just direct deposit. It'll be fun. Take Bitcoin.
I can see all the
Doge.
merchandise being made off our quotes. Just off the stuff we say. Oh man, it's great.
Yeah. Back to the music thing though.
Yeah.
I was, I've been trying to figure out like how do you get an album together out and get it in front of people? Like, is there like outside of a label, you got
Money.
like you've got a few like really independent
It's
artists that don't
money.
sign a label.
It's
What is
I'm
Money.
gonna tell you
Money.
the truth.
Money.
Money.
Deals
Alex
don't-
says money.
Deals don't really like let me rephrase that. Deals don't really exist like that anymore. It's more distribution now.
Right.
Like that's what you really want.
And most of the distribution is digital now, right?
Yeah, you need.
Well,
you
don't say
need-
that because a lot of these artists are getting caught in 360 deals.
No,
things like that.
you don't want no 360
What's the
deal.
360
A
deal?
distribution
They
deal is
encompass
different.
everything in your life.
Gotcha.
So if
Old
I
school
if I
deals.
sign Russ into a 360 contract and he decides he
Yeah,
wants to go
it's
start a
just-
streaming channel on his own,
It's his
It's
streaming
still
channel
mine.
now. Anything I do under the name of whatever rap name, band name, whatever I came in as, that is his name.
So
now.
you're his bitch.
Yeah, he owns me if I'm in a 360
He
deal.
owns me.
Yeah.
Hope he
But-
treats you right.
Hope he treats you nice. Yeah, no, I'm talking about distribution deal. Like basically just like somebody to help you distribute, your album or distribute your music. Literally like Universal, whichever one you sign with.
So a
or Def
label.
Jam. It's a label, but it's not like a full-on deal. Like they're not cutting you a check. It's more or less like I'll help you, you help me, I give you this, and you give me this. That makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's just how do you do it? 'Cause,
Or you can get a good PR team and people that really want to run with you and do the footwork, and then push your stuff into streaming platforms.
it's like, see, I don't know much about this, but like, I mean, like there's certain people on like YouTube, yeah, like Hobson. There's one on there.
Hobson's
the
awesome.
one that does like the Grinch. He does Dax. Is that his name?
Dax.
Yeah.
And then like on the other end of the spectrum, you've got like Ryan Upchurch. He does country. He's an independent.
What's his name? The singer that's been doing it for
Tom
a while. Cody something.
There's got Tom. What's his name? Remember who? Cody Jinks. Yeah, Cody Jinks. Is he independent?
I think so.
Yeah. Like, how do they because they're
See,
basically like they're making, because they're not signed to a label. No one said we're going to distribute all your shit. They go viral, I guess, on YouTube.
Some of them get
yeah.
label backing.
They get a social platform though. Like their social platform is big enough that they don't really need the marketing. They don't need the distribution because they're doing it basically themselves on their YouTube channels.
Right.
You know what I mean? Their YouTube channels got such a big following that they can put a thing up that just says go buy my song on iTunes.
They're influencers.
Yeah, like you just
They're
go under their
influencers.
drop
Okay.
down, their description box, they'll click here.
Yeah.
buy.
Yep. They've got everything right
They got
there.
it all figured out. That's another way of doing it, Like that's what I'm saying with the footwork. It's either you can go to a label and have them do that footwork for you and they get a piece of your pie, or you can build your fan base up on your medias and then put your links down there, and that's kind of, you're doing your own marketing as you're doing your
Yeah, I feel like that's
thing.
more of the way that like most people starting out are kind of like, that's where their hope is.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's a
it'd be great to be on a label, I guess. It depends on the contract, but most people these days, including myself, when I put something out, it's like, I'm like, well, no fucking record. Like, I'm not trying to be a full-time musician either,
Mhm.
but like, put it on YouTube, but nobody's gonna fucking watch it. Just building that YouTube audience, huh?
Yeah, they have the money to push, because they can also put your video as like an ad on YouTube and just put money behind it, monetize it.
It takes, I think they did research and they said it takes an average of about 280,000 to make a hit song.
I think I've heard similar numbers to that. Yeah.
So that's talking like advertisement from different sources, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, whoever. So it's a lot. You can do it. Like technically, we could, if we had the funds, we could drop a hit record tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. You can.
So like you said in the beginning, it's money. It's just,
it's literally
you have to
money.
buy your ticket and take the ride.
Yeah, you literally got to push the money in there, gamble it a little, and hope that people will see your song, check it out, love it enough that if you went next and dropped the next one, you wouldn't have to put as much money out, because now you could pay less and less and less because you're getting that fan base. But if you're not developing a fan base, then you're kind of just pushing money out.
Yeah, and then you got like the YouTubers. I mean, I don't know. Did Jake and Logan Paul do any music? I feel like one of them has done music before.
Yeah, I think it was Jake.
Yeah, it's
Or
like
no,
they
was it
started
Jake
off
or
as
Logan?
like YouTube channels, and then like
Mm-hmm.
went into music because you've got 10 million subscribers.
They
like
did
you got
Disney
a
for a little
built-in,
bit too, I think.
yeah.
Disney Channel.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Guess the
Don't
short
quote me on that,
answer
but I
is
think
there's no quick or cheap way to succeed.
It takes money
in
to
music.
make money. It's back to that old saying where you just need to put the money in. You could put time in. Somebody can discover you. It's like hitting a lottery, though. It's
Right.
kind of the same deal. Work hard. You might not. The reward might not be as big as if you put the money in and just get right to the point.
It's
But
like
then,
Jack Harlow.
do you appreciate
Fucking
it?
Harlow.
Do you appreciate it though? If you get it like that quick, is it something you're gonna love? Because if you get it over time or if you get it overnight, which one do you appreciate?
Well, I'll never be in the music. I'm never going to be in the music, and I'm not willing to put in that much fucking work.
No, it's
I've got to focus on this
it's
because,
hard, yeah.
good gracious, God, I'm $280,000.
We got a podcast to launch.
Oh,
Yeah.
do we have to spend $280,000 on it though?
I mean, if we have the funds and we can, guarantee it's
Maybe like
successful.
$400 a month in Facebook boost.
Boost this
yeah,
post.
maybe we'll rediscuss the budget again next year.
People can give us some of their products. We'll talk about them
Yeah.
here. We'll try them out.
Yeah.
If you guys got anything you want us to try out, comment below. Or
Absolutely.
email us.
Yep.
and let us know. We'll try out your product and tell you what it's like.
Yeah. Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Give us a call.
Hey, Liquid Death, we can use some water in
Yeah.
here.
Now that
Gucci,
you're
Louis,
billionaires,
Prada, anybody
you know.
with clothing, we
Any designer,
yes.
honestly.
Yeah.
Even up and
Anybody.
coming designers, you just want to give us some shirts to wear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, give us
We'll
some free
promote you.
shit.
Swag.
We'll wear it.
We'll
We'll
wear it.
swag it. We'll put it on the desk.
Stickers, we might
Yeah,
just
as long
stick
as it's
them
free,
there.
we don't want to pay for it. Yeah, right. You're
Yeah.
paying for us.
You got
We're the
anything?
investment.
You want to hang a
Right.
poster up? Throw some money into the podcast. We'll hang your poster up. Something, just we'll have it up for a little while. It's just help us out. We'll help you out.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
we can't help ourselves.
Because we can't
At all.
help ourselves. Exactly. It all comes back to that full circle. It's like, it's crazy.
Where are we at, Wiggles, on time? Oh, I
Right
think
on
we've done
time.
another episode.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Yeah,
Done
we have
another
room
episode.
for sponsors. We didn't want to take it to a full hour because we need that ad
Yeah.
space
So
for
you want to fill in this ad space.
Universal didn't buy all of our ad space.
No,
Yeah.
matter of fact,
Shout
we
out
need
to Jurassic Park, the Velociraptors.
some- shout out to the park.
Yep.
Shout out to Blue.
J
Yeah.
Park.
Blue.
J
Yep.
Park.
Yep. JP Morgan, Citibank.
Shout out to the Indominus Rex.
Hell yes.
Morgan and Morgan.
Rexy.
All right. Well, till next time. I guess that's another one in the bag.
Another one in the bag.
All right, y'all.
Stay tuned.
So, like you said in the beginning, it's money. You have to buy your ticket and take the ride.
You literally got to push the money in there, gamble it a little, and hope that people will see your song, check it out, love it enough that if you went next and dropped the next one, you wouldn't have to put as much money out. Because now you could pay less and less and less because you're getting that fan base. But if you're not developing a fan base, then you're kind of just pushing money out.
Yeah, and then you got like the YouTubers. I mean, I don't know. Did Jake and Logan Paul do any music? I feel like one of them has done music before.
I think it was Jake.
Yeah, it's like they started off as like YouTube channels, and then like went into music because you've got 10 million subscribers.
They
Like
did
you got
Disney
a
a
built-in,
little bit too,
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Disney Channel.
I guess the
Don't
short
quote me on
answer
that,
is
but I
there's no quick or cheap way to succeed.
It takes money to make
music.
money. It's back to that old saying where you just need to put the money in. You could put time in. Somebody can discover you. It's like hitting a lottery, though. It's
Right.
kind of the same deal. Work hard. The reward might not be as big as if you put the money in and just get right to the point. But
It's like
then,
Jack Harlow.
do you appreciate it?
Fucking Harlow.
Do you appreciate it though? If you get it like that quick, is it something you're gonna love? Because if you get it over time or if you get it overnight, which one do you appreciate?
Well, I'll never be in the music. I'm never going to be in the music, and I'm not willing to put in that much fucking work.
No,
I've got to focus on this
it's
because,
hard,
good gracious, God, I'm $280,000.
We got a podcast to launch.
Oh, do we have to spend $280,000 on it though?
I mean, if we have the funds and we can, guarantee
Maybe like $400 a month in Facebook boost.
Boost this
Yeah,
boost.
maybe we'll rediscuss the budget again next year.
People give us some of their products. We'll talk about them
Yeah.
here. We'll try them out.
Yeah.
If you guys got anything you want us to try out, comment below.
Absolutely.
Or email us
Yep.
and let us know. We'll try out your product and tell you what it's like.
Yeah. Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Give us a call.
Hey, Liquid Death. We can use some water in
Yeah.
here.
Now that
Gucci,
you're
Louis,
billionaires,
Prada, anybody
you
with
know.
clothing,
Any
Oh, yes.
designer, honestly.
Yeah.
Even up and
Anybody.
coming designers, you just want to give us some shirts to wear.
yeah, give us
Absolutely,
some
we'll
free
promote you.
shit.
Swag.
We'll wear it.
We'll
We'll
wear it.
swag it. We'll put it on the desk.
Stickers. We might
Yeah,
just
as long as
stick
it's
'em
free, we
there.
don't have to pay for it. Yeah, right. You're paying for us.
You got
We're the
anything?
investment.
You want to hang
Right.
a poster up? Throw some money into the podcast. We'll hang your poster up. Something, Just we'll have it up for a little while. It's just help
Yeah.
us out. We'll help you out.
Absolutely.
Because we can't help ourselves.
Because we can't
At
help
all.
ourselves. Exactly. It all comes back to that full circle. It's like, it's crazy.
Where are we at, Wiggles, on time? Oh, I
Right
think
on
we've done
time.
another episode.
Right on time.
Yeah, we have room for sponsors. We didn't want to take it to a full hour because we need that ad space for
You want to fill in this ad space.
Universal didn't buy all of our ad space.
No,
you know.
matter of fact,
Shout out to Jurassic Park, the Velociraptors.
Shout out to the park.
Yep.
Shout out to Blue.
Yeah. Blue.
J
Yep.
Park.
Yep. JP Morgan, Citibank.
Shout out to the Indominus Rex.
Hell yes.
Morgan and Morgan.
Rexy.
All right. Well, till next time. I guess that's another one in the bag.
Another one in the bag.
All right, y'all.
Stay tuned.
How'd we do, Wiggles?
That sounded good.
Yeah, that was a little more. We're getting a little bit of a flow now.
It's definitely organic.
Yeah, it was a little better.
Y'all got on topics I knew nothing about, so I was just like, I'm just sitting here.
Just make it up. All right. Get these rendered out, and I'll send them to y'all. Look at them and critique yourself, critique each other, and I think it went well. Do y'all want to try to do more of these though? Yeah. I think based on previous stuff, I'm not a podcast expert, but as you can tell by my lack of success in the industry. But I think we need to get like 10 before we release. Yeah. Because people, if they like it, they want to watch more, and we have to have some backup shit. Yeah, it's evergreen. Yeah, because
I was checking something out earlier.
yeah, I've heard that, but I've done 3 before. It wasn't magic, so try a bigger number. Yeah, well, let's say, it really is more about time because topics. I don't think, have we talked about anything not evergreen? We've been talking about old shit, like old movies and no current events yet. Well, Jurassic Park, but that, that'll be next year or years in advance. So, yeah, it's 2027. Yeah, so.
And relative to the movie that just came out.
Yeah, there you go.
That's anything we talked about like that movie related.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk heavily on the podcast.
No, we were talking earlier. Yeah, it was behind the scenes.
Can't wait to go serious on the filmmakers and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have it out tonight. It'll take a little while, but I'll get it out. It won't be like the final. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to throw it together so you can watch it. Next Wednesday? We're good? Would y'all be down for maybe 2 nights next week to get some in the bag? Like, I would love if we can get, I'll say 10, but like if we can get 8, what would that be? Yeah, we'll do 2 a night. We'll do basically 3-hour sessions. 5 days. Okay. So like we could have in 3 weeks, we could have it all in the bag. Yeah. Anybody like designing logos and shit? Whoever wants to. Y'all like 3 in company or 3 jackasses or fuck all be all?
We should take a picture real quick, right?
Yeah, we definitely gotta have
just
photos.
put like it up and say, hey, what would you caption this?
Caption this. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right. Yeah. Jazz, take a picture of us.
I'll post it.
What would you title this
Okay, yeah,
podcast?
use your phone.
Let's caption this podcast.
Do we got 2 more directors here? We can all sit in front of them?
We should have sit at our mics, honestly.
We can't sit together.
Oh, yeah, we can't. Pull your mic over so that way we can, so and then they give us a title of our podcast.
You couldn't tell? You didn't hear it?
I just heard it. Jesus. I was like, let me not blink. I don't want to mess one up.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd try to get him while Derek was here so we could make it do it with his camera.
Yeah, like a real one,
Yeah.
not like my photo.
Well, no, like one
Not
we
these
could,
fucking
have
iPhones.
for like official.
No, I hear you. Yeah, that's dope.
We should have a photo shoot. That's a good idea. Because we're going to need photos for, like,
Intro.
anything that
Well,
we
Dakota
do.
was going to be here tonight. He got caught up in traffic. Yeah, he's going to do behind the scenes for the
Okay.
next episode. So we'll get pictures and some video.
Sober with him.
We need an
That's
intro.
That's going to be an
We
issue
can't let
because
him
he's
get
going to
fucked
want to
up.
drink. He's
We
gonna
need an
wanna-
we can't let him
intro
get
song
fucked
or
up, though.
something.
Yeah.
Intro
He's
song
an
or a
alcoholic,
beat
though,
or
so.
something. Like an intro song or a
Why don't
beat.
we give him like
We should talk about
Here you go, buddy. We have to.
Talk
We,
about
we can do it. We
non-alcohol
just
in
gotta
him.
pour it in
Yeah,
like a
let's-
Corona first, so he thinks it's.
Yeah. Let's talk about non-alcohol in him. Like, just yeah, we're gonna non-alcohol him this time. Like
The non-alcohol.
Yeah, the whole non-alcohol in him.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. If we give him some, he's not gonna be able to stop. Huh? Oh, I know. Right? I saw that. I was.
The worst thing
Yeah.
ever. It's so good. Oh my god, you're
I'm gonna have to refill it. Oh, his daughter comes and eats it. I don't know who all eats it, but it was piled up the other day, and it's been going down before y'all got here. I haven't had a piece. I'm not. I don't really eat sweets like that. I'll have a milkshake. Yeah. Somebody's been killing them.
I like the. I think the mint ones are the ones I like.
Yeah.
With spirals or whatever. With the spirals.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They are kind of like Andy's mints.
I like them too. The mint ones. I like the one with the almond in them.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Yeah, almonds are good. I don't like the white chocolate
Yeah. Oh, we should